You want to say hello to everybody? Yes? Don't you miss Tweety? Looking good, girl. She's doing great, y'all. She is doing so good. Yeah. So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Come in the barn with us this morning. We got a few chores. And you know what? I want you to meet Tweety. She's such a sweetie. Let's go. Really? Oops. What? You're so sweet. Say, I'm so sweet. Say, I'm so sweet. I'm so sweet. Oh. Okay, so looks like some water has come in on my tarp, which isn't surprising because this old barn's got some holes. Okay. Watch out, guys. I'm coming through. I got to get into your apartment. Excuse me. Excuse me. And Noli, help me out. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, look here. Yeah, you know, we got to get this out. I know, we got to do this because we're going to get more rain. Honey, I love you, sweetheart. You're such a good girl. Okay, so I saw this drooping yesterday. And I was like, well, I can't see it. So the camera, just helped me spy on it just now. And clearly water is just collected there. At some point, we're gonna have to put a new roof on this barn. I may have to I don't know. You know, can you do it for free? It's gonna be so expensive. I know. Cowboy. Cowboy. I don't get kisses? Enoli, this is breaking livestock guardian dog rule number 1. You're not supposed to be up giving me kisses like this. You're supposed to be down on the ground. Okay, so right now what I'm in the process of doing is basically feeding everybody and separating whoever needs to be separated. Fresh water, water, water. Fortunately, starting today, we're coming out of this crazy off and on freeze. We're gonna have about 6 days of being above freezing temperatures. I know, which means we're gonna get slammed St. Patrick's Day. You know, that's just the way it goes. But the good thing is the waters or anything aren't going to freeze. So it's a good time to kind of clean as much as you can. I always say this for the barn. It's for anything really, your coops too. If you get a winter weather break, even if it's just for 2 days, things kind of start thawing out. It's a great time to scrape things, scoop things, take trash out, clean things up. I try to do a certain amount of that on a daily and weekly basis so it doesn't get too crazy, but it is what it is. Hi, sister. We got to get you some fresh pine shavings in here. Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough. She's a little bit rough, but you know what, guys? That's what happens when you have no eye, you're cross-beaked, and you eat from one side. But we're still doing good. So this is by far the most random thing for me to put in a video, but I really want you to note it because if you don't have a coop or a barn or all of these things, believe me when I tell you, I just bought a new one. I just got a brand new one. I'm going to add it up here because I have worn this thing out. So every day I'm going along, scraping off my tables where my cats feed. This is also what I use to scrape out my bunny cages. This is just a paint scraper. Don't get the cheap little plastic ones, okay? They're just going to break on you because when it gets really cold and you have to scrape poop, it's like scraping cement. It's just gonna break. But put this on your list of items. You can get these for 5 to 10, 11 bucks. They're not super expensive, but believe me, they are super handy dandy. We use this for a ton of things. So if you don't have this on your list, I just zapped you like your fairy godmother and told you to get one. Okay, so we're taking out the old bucket and we're putting in a new one. And I can tell you've already been drinking from it, Brains, haven't you? Did you get a big sip? Sure does look like it. Is it good, sweetheart? See, my name is Clint, and you know, I'm really not a Clint. I might be a mommy sometime soon, because I'm such a good girl, aren't you, baby? She is such a good girl. Okay, so she's actually right now, let me turn this way. She's in this stall. This is just a spare stall for now. We really need to clean it out come probably March. And I'm gonna get some fresh pine shavings today. I'm going today to my farm supply store to stock up on a few things that we need to get some more of. And pine shavings is something that I really like to have on hand. I don't go through too many of them for my turkeys, but if they're in a stall, and the reason you're seeing her in a stall, she actually bounces between this stall and the next, okay? I have found out that with turkeys, even with the girls, they can be, not always, they're a little competitive, and they're sweet animals to have. Love my birds, love my turkeys. I'm not incubating any right now, but they each have an individual personality, and they're very nosy. And I will tell you, if you didn't figure this out by now, turkeys eat a lot, okay? So last year, this time last year, it should be almost at a year ago, I brought home Tweety. I did a video on her and showed her as a little tiny baby turkey. The co-op that I went to, they gave her to me for free. Because I wanted to get a couple of turkeys because I love poults. And last year we didn't have, at that time, we hadn't had any success with anything hatching. And then all of a sudden, go buy turkey babies, and then you have 30 in a clutch by a separate hen. That's how that goes, right? I know, that's how that went. But long story short, so Tweety was in the, had been shipped in with the rest of the turkeys, and she only has one eye, and she's severely cross-beaked. And I was like, oh my gosh. And they said, do you want her? And I said, well, they said, we're probably going to have to put her down if somebody doesn't take her because we're afraid she won't make it, and you can just have her for free. And I said, give that baby to me. So here we are a year later, and you can see by some of the footage that I've taken, she cannot eat out of a dish. And I have found out the hard way too. Turkeys and even chickens too, I mean, unless you've just got a large open thing or a little feeder with a little hole, they like it just to scratch and get around in it and all that. The turkeys actually eat everything in this barn. There is no waste in my barn. If some feed spills from the rabbits, or if Cochise spills a little bit of food, by the time I come back, the turkeys have taken care of it. So the positive thing is, so I am putting it on the ground, but I have to do that for her because she is an aggressive eater. Tweety is an aggressive eater. That's obvious because she has to be. And she has to turn everything to the side. So she kind of scoops. When she drinks, she scoops from the side because she's cross-beaked. When she eats, she scoops from the side. And that's from her side that is missing the eye. So that's why you see that, you'll see mud or whatever there because she scrapes her face. And some days it's a little bit, you know, a little bit more than others depending on how wet we are or where she's bounced around to. What I can guarantee you is, and this is the most amazing thing that I've learned from this girl. So you can see I actually feed her kind of in this spot where you see her scraping. That's why you see it kind of divoted out. It just works for her. I do have a male or two that hops in here with her, and she holds her own. She really, really, really has a very strong will to survive. Okay, the water's off, Everything's cleaned up, everybody's fed. Lots to do this early. Guys, we got a lot of chores to do when the weather breaks again. You okay with that? Yeah? Got to pressure wash, all kinds of things. Are you going to do that? Hey, we got to walk. You going to walk with me? So this is what I'm saying. I enjoy this lifestyle for obvious reasons. And, you know, many of the same reasons you guys do as well. But have you ever gone out and evaluated a particular goat or a particular cat, barn cat, or a bird? They all have their own unique personalities, and they are all on their own little journey. It really is an interesting thing if you think about it. And the thing about Tweety that I picked up on the last couple of weeks is she is very, very determined to be equal. And in fact, I would say she is, even for her breed, because all of that particular breed that I have, they're huge birds, and they are, in my case, I think they're the most docile. That may not be the case for you. And so to see her be aggressive, I don't mean aggressive like she goes and attacks, okay? That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is when I pour the food and she's hungry and she needs to eat and she wants to eat, and a couple of other turkeys come around, she is determined that she's going to get her fair share. And in fact, distraction. You're like a squirrel. And in fact, the other day, I actually watched her defend herself, if you will. Like they were, some of the two toms kind of bounced into that stall where she's at, which she typically stays in. She goes in and out some, but she likes that spot. And she wasn't having it. Man, she busted back right on top of them. I mean, it wasn't like she was getting beat down. I kind of worried and suspected that she could be bullied. That's why I have her separate, or have tried to keep her semi-separate, because my fear was just that by being what I would call disabled, she's, you know, got some issues, that she would be a target for bullying. And first of all, I haven't seen that other than that one thing, and I think that could have happened anyway. But the thing that impressed me the most is she is determined to be treated fair. She's going to eat, and she's not going to take it. And she has been here, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure how long she was going to make it. You know, my theory was, I'm going to take her, we're going to raise her, we're going to do the best that we can with her. If she only makes it a couple of months, then we tried, but here she is, a full-grown turkey, and hanging in there just like the rest of them. I probably here soon will end up opening the stall and let her be out, because I'm probably going to need the stall. Got to clean it and get it prepped for goat babies or anything coming down the pike. But my point is I think she's going to be all right. I think she's going to hang in there. We'll monitor that. But have the will, have the will in the way of Tweety. Because you know why? She ain't taking chicken squat from nobody. I think you need your own YouTube channel. Do you think so? Because you're taking over mine. So I encourage you, in all of the crazy times that we're living in right now, if you have animals and farm animals, just go out and observe for a minute what they're doing. And think about, what can you learn from their behavior? Whether they're a pet, whether they are for, obviously, consumption. The thing is, in my opinion, if they're going to be for consumption, or they obviously are a benefit to your home, your farm, or whatever, they help protect something, they give you eggs, they provide meat or milk. I think it's a really good idea, especially now more than ever, with food being such an issue for a lot of people, especially with inflation. Build a connection with that. These resources need a lot of respect as much as possible. And I think you're going to find yourself in a more blessed position when you truly look at things differently and understand that they have a mission too, and they are a gift too. You are a gift. I am a gift. All of these little creatures serve a purpose too, and they are a gift. And you know what? I think you'll learn something. Guys, we appreciate you being here. I gotta get this walk in. Fritz, I like your attitude. Okay, so what are we supposed to learn from you today? Take it easy. Chill out. Don't be afraid of having a globby belly, because everybody is beautiful. Guys, like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you on the next video.